Hi, I'm Father Robert Lauder of Real Faith, and we're continuing our exploration of the different types of film genre. I want to talk about priests in film. This topic really fascinates me, and it's got a really long history, and some terrific films have been made about priests. Now, it's sort of a habit today to sort of ridicule Going My Way or Bells of St. Mary's, because the religious message is not profound in those films. But those are two terrific films. Bing Crosby plays the priest in each of them. He also played a priest in a movie that wasn't quite that good, Say One for Me. But if you watch either Going My Way or Bells of St. Mary's, they are delightful movies. And they're accurate depictions of priests at that time. I mean, when I was growing up, I knew priests who were like Bing Crosby. And I have no idea how many vocations to the priesthood were started by those films. So Crosby played a priest 3 times. Spencer Tracy played a priest 3 times. In San Francisco with Clark Gable, and then in Boys Town, and then in Men of Boys Town. Pat O'Brien played a priest 3 times in The Fighting Father Dunn, in Fighting 69th, and also in one of my favorite movies, Angel with Dirty Faces. Now, this may be a surprise to you. Robert DeNiro played a priest 3 times, in True Confessions, in Mission, and also in Sleepers. Now, I think two of the best depictions of priests are in On the Waterfront. Carl Malden plays the priest. And I would say for years, I thought that was the best. I think probably a little bit better is Romero with Raul Julia. Both of those films, I think, are profoundly religious and profoundly deep and first-class movies. I mean, I think in Romero's the first time, at least the first time I'm aware of, anybody tried to film a mystical moment. It's the scene when Romero is discouraged and he kneels down and he says, "I can't, I must, I will." And I think he's having a mystical experience of God when he does that. I don't know any other film who's tried to do that. And I think the homily in On the Waterfront that Carl Malden gives is the best homily in any film ever. So in terms of depth, Bing Crosby's films are terrific movies, but there's not a deep, deep vision of the priesthood. A couple of De Niro's films are better. Tracy's films are better. But I would say On the Waterfront and Romero are the two of the best. Now, recently there was a film, Calvary, starring Brendan Gleeson, an Irish film. And throughout the history of films about priests, I think that filmmakers are fascinated by confession. There's a great confession scene in Romero where one of Romero's priests confesses to him that he's been critical of his bishop. And of course, that means Romero. And Romero says to him, "That is not a sin." And then finally, at the end of the confession, the priest says, "Thank you, Father," and he leaves. And then Romero says, "Thank you, Father." So filmmakers find this fair. The Seal of Confession, think of Hitchcock's I Confess with Montgomery Clift. The whole movie is based on the Seal of Confession. And in this new film, Calvary, it opens with a confessional scene. That's the clue to the whole movie. A man confesses to Brendan Gleeson that he's going to murder a good priest because he was sexually abused as a child. And the priest who abused him is dead, and so he's going to kill a good priest to sort of even the scales. And he tells him, "And you're the priest I'm going to kill a week from tomorrow, next Sunday." Terrific movie. It's a great name, Calvary. And we are on the road to Calvary with this priest as he's moving toward his death and eventually his meeting with the risen Christ. So this is a genre I wanted very much to talk about. I can't think right now of any bad movie, a movie about a priest that is really awful. So if you want to watch some great films, look these up. I don't think you'll be disappointed. In general, film has treated priests very well.